welcome to SW here in Waldmössingen. We proudly present you our new BA W06 machine series with a product launch. My name is Jörg Schmauder. I'm the new Managing Director Sales and Marketing since the 1st of July, and I'm happy and glad to have our expert Andreas Hangst with me, and together we would like to introduce you the new BA W06.
Thank you for the nice introduction. Andreas Hangst is my name. I'm the responsible director for technology operations here at SW. As you maybe can hear, we are just directly on our manufacturing floor, on our assembly floor. So there's some background noise, but of course we want to proudly present our new W06 series, which we are standing in front of. Behind us you can see the new single table version. And of course, we'd like to show and introduce you all the benefits, the modifications that we made in the next couple of minutes.
Mr. Hangst, maybe you could explain our audience what is the BA W06 built for? What is the new, let's say, necessary production scope of the machine? What are the customer looking for when they look for a BA W06?
I mean, our BA W06 is a perfect machine for manufacturing big, lightweight aluminum, magnesium material type of workpieces. Due to its linear motor technology, it's a very fast machine, very high rapid feed rate, and with a very low chip-to-chip time. And therefore, we have introduced this machine, the first type of the BA W06, already more than 15 years ago in the market.
Okay.
We sold and shipped successfully more than 750 machines, and in total SW is probably one of the leading linear motor technology machine tool suppliers with more than 1,000 machines in the market. And therefore, let's say after these now more than 15 years, it was time for developing really the new BA W06 with significant benefits, and there are quite a couple of which we are happy to show now.
Okay, interesting. But when I listen to your words and you are explaining that this machine or the former one was so outstanding, for what reason did SW a development for the new BA W06? And what is the field of this, or what are the customer of this new developed machine type and the benefits especially?
Of course, that's the most important question. I mean, we always want to make good things a little better and always trying to continuously improve. And what we did here with this new machine, for example, we made some significant improvements in terms of speed. For example, we have 20% faster rapid feed rate in the linear axis. We have a 25% shorter chip-to-chip time during the cutting tool change. Parallelly, we increased the maximum possible fixture and workpiece weight by 40%. Also, the machining area, means the possible size of the workpiece, increased by 48%. And parallel to this, for being able to machine the bigger workpieces, we are also able to use bigger tools. Tools in terms of a bigger diameter of up to diameter 300 millimeters. Which is actually 25% more than previously. And also the cutting tool length increased up to 450 millimeters, which is also about 20% more than it used to be in the past.
So that means more or less everything is changed, or let's say in the positive wording, everything is improved. All the specs which you have told us are improved and more productive, more fast than to the previous version. Are there any other things on the machine which are brand new, which are different to the former machine, which was not available that time?
Yes, there are, of course. It's not only that everything is faster, is bigger, but on the other hand side also the machine is more precise. For example, the true position accuracy got reduced from 8 microns to 6 microns. The repeatability accuracy decreased from 6 microns to 4 microns. So it means even on the one hand side, it's bigger parts possible. We can run them faster, but on the other hand side also we are able to achieve even a higher accuracy. means it's more or less like a win-win situation, if you want to say, for the customer. On one hand side, they can produce more parts in a certain amount of time, and on the other hand side, even with a higher accuracy, better quality. So I guess in the end, more savings, less cost per part, and this is a big benefit. And also, we should not forget, also we are more flexible with the machine now. For example, we can adjust the spindle distance from 590 millimeter up to 651 millimeter, which is a new feature. So
Okay.
depending on the size of the part, the machine is flexible, can run smaller or bigger parts. Also, we have new features for doing slight accuracy adjustments in the x-axis, of course, by plus minus 0.5 millimeter, and also in the vertical, in the y-axis, we have now the compensation possibility of plus minus 0.015 millimeters, which also helps in process to do some corrections in the NC program, and in the end to adjust the manufacturing process and guarantee a repeating and long-term workpiece quality.
So as I understood, these further functions of the spindle distances and all these influences of tolerances, this will definitely lead us into specific parts which are our customers now able to process. I believe there are several more products which they can process over here with a more accuracy on the machine, which gain our customer a bigger portfolio at the end.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have some specific parts which you would like to name over here to get our customers a better understanding of the machine, let's say part dimensions and size we are processing here?
Of course, certainly. I mean, initially the BA W06 was developed for machining gearbox housings, clutch housings, let's say big aluminum or magnesium components in the automotive industry. But nowadays there are much more applications with e-mobility, for example, the stator housing of the e-motor, any shock towers or big structure, aluminum structure parts up to a size of 600 or 650 millimeters. We can machine perfectly on the twin spindle version of the BA W06. But of course we also have a single spindle version. There we can even run parts of up to 1100 millimeter in length, with also 5-axis capability process. So the machine is very flexible, and I think, as said in the beginning, now with the new single table version that we also have now, even there's let's say more or bigger size machining area available. Now the single table, which is standing behind of us, can run workpieces up to a diameter of 1000 millimeter in the machining area.
Wow, that's huge,
of the size and the width of 1400 millimeters. And it's ideally for machining workpieces that have a long production time with a lot of cutting tools in one setup with the required process stability. So therefore this the single table version is perfectly for these type of applications, and which are found in automotive, but also in other applications like hydraulics, agricultural, aerospace, wherever these non-ferritic materials are given with a big size and high quality approach or need, then it's the perfect machine.
That would have been my next question, because when you or when our customer remember to the former version, the BA W06, there was no single table machine available. So I believe this is also one of the important movements in the development, that we have this flexibility, of course with spindles, this is where we're coming from, and of course also with the possibility of the selection for different tables. So as you said, we have a 2 spindle, 1 table over here, and if we look to the housing, to the whole machine, are there other highlights you would like to mention over here?
Of course, I mean, what's the most significant here is this new automation door, how we call it. This is a special type or design of the loading door for being able to automatically load 2 workpieces, for example, of a big gearbox housing in one step simultaneously. Means we take out with one robot movement 2 parts, 2 finished machine parts, we rotate the gripper and bring in 2 new parts without having the need that the robot must leave the machining area, that he has to re-grip, change the gripper and so on. So this is, let's say, decreasing the available load-unload time significantly, means the time where a single table machine is stopped. Also, what we introduced in the news in BA W06 is now a HSK 100 spindle with, we call it the light version, which can introduce and load cutting tools with up to 300 millimeters diameter, with up to 20 kilograms weight, which are, for example, needed in e-mobility applications for the big stator housing walls, for example. So therefore also this machine has now some options which make it perfect for this type of application.
Yeah, that's perfect, like you said. So the range and the flexibility is rising, which is perfectly good for this machine type, definitely. But can I ask you one more question about the single table machine? Maybe our customers are also curious about what are the further benefits of this single table version?
I mean, of course there are more benefits, and maybe also what is very important for a lot of customers is due to, let's say, it's a smaller machine, it's only one table, so that is reduced capital investment costs from the beginning. The machine has less drives. We also have, due to it's one table, we only have, let's say, half of the clamping fixture cost. We have reduced efforts for setting up machining process, for doing pre-acceptance test, final acceptance test at the customer side. And additionally, since we have only, let's say, only one table has to match the spindles, it's also increased accuracy of the machine compared to the twin table version. And all in all, this leads, as said before, reduced investment cost, but still having the required output and productivity reduces the cost per part, and in the end I think it's also a win-win situation for both sides.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hangst, and of course I believe our customers and the people on the screen and following our webcast, they are also curious about what is with Industry 4.0. What is the subject about this machine? Is this a standalone purely, or is it also possible to put it into the cloud or network system?
Of course, the last point that you mentioned. Now with the new machine, also for example, we have introduced a new 24-inch touch panel with a new, we call it C1 control system. It's developed a new evolution for the user. HMI means the human machine interface. We have a new workflow-based software for the interaction with the user, and therefore of course we also integrated perfectly our existing live data services. Means we have either the standalone core package, which is very helpful for condition monitoring, for troubleshooting. We also have the optional connection to our cloud platform, so that customer can let's say observe and monitor different machines, and also we can help them through the cloud and gather all the data analytics advantages. And last but not least, we have the integration to our SW SCADA platform. Means this is like a big manufacturing system control monitor or computer system, so that the customer has the possibility to observe and control on one computer, on one panel, the complete production line with several machines, with automation, control system and so on. So therefore, certainly this was also a big item when developing the new machine.
Yeah, that's definitely very important, that you get a better overview and that you have transparent processes. I mean, this is what nowadays people want to have in the production. So we've discussed many things about different advantages, different improvements, but maybe Mr. Hangst, you can give our customers and our colleagues listening to the webcast an idea why we do have this different door design over here. What is the efficiency, what is the advantage for this door design? Yes,
I mean this is a very specific design. Maybe on first glance it looks a little bit strange, because actually there's, let's say, the other part of the system missing. As the name is saying, it's our automation door, and this means it's the perfect solution and interface to an automation system. Means a robot or a gantry loader coming from top, and this special door design allows, for example, a big robot to unload and load 2 big gearbox housings in one step. Means the robot reaches inside the loading area or here on the fixture table, unloads or grips the 2 finished parts, rotates the gripper just 180 degrees and loads immediately the 2 new raw parts. And then the machine can continue with the processing. So we have a reduced stop time of the machine, and parallelly still it's very flexible. So the robot can reach to all the different movements what's needed, and we think it's the perfect interface integration to any automation system. And this special door design is available for the single table machines now, for the single spindle and twin spindle version. And we think it's also a big benefit, especially for customers who want to do large production systems.
Perfect, thank you. So overall the machine, no matter if it's single standalone processing or if you put it into an automated system, it's always the right choice and the right solution available. One of my last questions, I believe a lot of our customers running the former version, they will ask themselves and they will ask us, is there a current running machine compatible to the one which we are selling right now? Are the different, let's say, fixtures and stuff available for the tables? Can they use it also for the new version?
Yes, they can, and yes, this is of course an important question. Like, we did not make everything new and from scratch. It was also one focus in the machine design and development, so that, for example, customers that have already the former BA W06 can reuse, for example, motor spindles, can reuse existing clamping fixture solutions. So it's the same interface for the fixtures. It's the same connection points for media supply, means pneumatics, power and cooling water. So even if they want to replace, for example, the complete machine, they do not need to make the complete foundation works, connection works new. And so these items was also one of very important focus when building the machine. And of course, there are also some, like maybe the existing customers will notice, we have also some new colors. We have a little different design work, but of course that's nothing, it's more like, let's say, optical, but for the performance and for the compatibility, this is still given. And I think this is also an important thing for even existing customers to maybe do the next step and buy the new BA W06 also.
Exactly. I mean, this is a great news. Further important advantage of the whole development for the BA W06. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Hangst. That was a very impressive and interesting introduction of our new BA W06 machine series. And I'm very glad and happy that we had the opportunity and chance to introduce this over here in SW headquarters Waldmössingen. And I hope you are with us in the future when we introduce many more of our new products over here. Thank you very much for listening. All the best. Goodbye.
Thank you also from my side for having the opportunity to present you our new machine, and yeah, looking forward to welcome you soon here at SW. Thanks.